Most of us start our day losing, right? Losing a battle with the alarm clock, losing our focus to this flood of notifications on our phones. But what if you could actually win the day before it even really begins? Well, in this explainer, we're going to unlock some ancient Stoic secrets to build a morning routine that forges real modern resilience. So I want you to ask yourself this, honestly. Is your morning a launch pad or is it a trap? I mean, does it shoot you into your day with focus and calm? Or does it kind of snare you in a cycle of stress and reaction from the second you open your eyes? Your answer to that really sets the stage for everything we're about to get into. Look, these are pretty much the two paths your day can take, and it all starts in those first few minutes. On one side, you've got the trap. You're in a reactive state, just swimming in digital noise and other people's priorities. But on the other side, that's the goal. A morning that's built on your intention, one that's designed to create resilience and, honestly, a much deeper sense of well-being. Okay, so let's really break down what so many of us are struggling with. We're going to call it the modern morning trap. And believe me, it is a cycle that is incredibly easy to fall into a lot of the time without even realizing it's happening. Just think about it for a second. What is the very first thing you reach for when you wake up? For a huge number of us, it's our phone. And the moment you do that, you're checking emails, you're scrolling through feeds, you are immediately thrown into what's called a reactive state. You're not setting your own course, you're just reacting to everyone else's. So how in the world do we break free from that? Well, we start not with an action, but with a reason. This is the absolute foundation of the Stoic approach. You have got to find your reason to rise. To build this kind of foundation, you need a really strong why. Now, the Stoics had their own methods, for sure, but a powerful modern framework we can plug in here is the Japanese concept of Ikigai. It basically translates to a reason for being. And when you have this, believe me, hitting the snooze button loses all of its appeal. You're not just waking up anymore. You're waking up for something. And Ikigai isn't some vague, mystical idea. No, it's actually really practical. It's where 4 key areas of your life meet: what you love, what you're good at, what the world actually needs, and what you can be paid for. Finding that sweet spot where all 4 overlap, that's your personal Ikigai, and that is the ultimate fuel for your morning. So once you've got your why, you need to protect your when. This is the first really actionable step to win the first hour of your day back from all that noise. Just one hour. That's the challenge. The first 60 minutes of your day dedicated entirely to you and, this is key, completely free from technology. Now, this isn't about adding more to your to-do list. It's actually about subtracting the noise. This hour creates this reservoir of focus that you can then draw from for the rest of the entire day. So what do you actually do in this sacred hour? Well, pretty much anything that nourishes your soul and sharpens your mind. Read a physical book. Meditate, just to calm your thoughts, or maybe journal to find some clarity. The point is to choose an activity that prepares you for the day, not one that just distracts you from it. Okay, so you have your purpose, and you've reclaimed your first hour. The next layer here is all about building momentum. A great day, and frankly a great life, it isn't built on grand gestures. It's built on small, consistent acts of discipline. And this starts with 2 incredibly simple victories. First, put your alarm clock all the way across the room. This forces a physical commitment to getting up. Second, make your bed. The Stoics were huge on controlling what you can control, and this is your very first act of bringing order to your personal space. It's a small win, but it tells your brain, hey, I'm in command here. Now, this momentum gets reinforced by a cornerstone habit, a consistent wake-up time. And yes, I mean every single day. It's going to be tempting to skip it on the weekends, I get it, but consistency is a declaration that you are in control of how your day starts. You're not at the mercy of your moods, you are setting the tone. So, with that physical foundation in place, now we move to the mind. You see, the Stoics were absolute masters of mental preparation. So this section is all about forging your mental armor for whatever the day might decide to throw at you. The first piece of that armor is clarity. Every single morning, ask yourself this question: what am I truly meant to do today? This connects all your little daily tasks back to your larger purpose, your Ikigai. It's the filter that helps you separate what's just busyness from what is truly meaningful work. Next up, we add some perspective with a core Stoic practice, memento mori, which means remember you must die. Now, this isn't morbid, it's incredibly motivating. Ask yourself, if this were my last day, would I be proud of my plans?
That question just instantly cuts through all the trivial stuff and reframes the day not as an obligation, but as a precious opportunity.
And finally, we have a practice that might seem a little counterintuitive. Prepare for the worst. The Stoics called it negative visualization. You just take a moment to imagine what could go wrong today, a traffic jam, a difficult colleague, a project failing. By rehearsing your response in your mind, you're not being a pessimist. You're actually building resilience muscles so that when challenges do pop up, you're not surprised. You're prepared. Okay, so we've laid out the whole framework. But how do you make this actually stick? The final piece of the puzzle is about creating a resilient path forward, making sure this isn't just a one-week experiment, but a lifelong practice. All right, here are 3 keys to making this last. First, find an accountability partner. Just sharing your goals with someone makes you way more likely to stick with them. Second, practice voluntary discomfort. That means intentionally doing hard things, like taking a cold shower or waking up an hour earlier than you need to. This builds the mental strength to handle involuntary discomfort later on. And finally, the most crucial key of all, show yourself some patience and forgiveness, because you will slip up. It's going to happen. You'll hit snooze, you'll grab your phone. The key is not to spiral into guilt. Instead, you just view the very next morning as a fresh opportunity. This isn't about perfection. It's all about persistence. And so we end right where we began. Your morning is a blank canvas. It holds all the potential for chaos or for calm, for reaction or for resilience. You now have the tools. The only question left is, what will you create with your morning?